Greetings to you all. If you are joining me from wherever you are joining me from, yes, this is the Comrade Show, and of course, it is not looking palatable. Yes, Nigerians across the world, the news out there this week is that the UK is set to ban Nigerian students from bringing family members to come join them in the UK. For those who may not know, immediately after Brexit, the UK government, came up with a policy of trying to fill up the gaps, that Brexit will create, particularly looking at net migration. They wanted to control their own migration system to ensure that the free flow of people between the UK and the EU, the UK will take control over that. That way they can control their net migration to ensure that UK is not overly populated by foreigners. And of course, since Brexit, there's been loads and loads and loads of non-EU country, citizens coming to the UK. And I can tell you that Nigerians, are top on that particular list, non-EU, migrants. And the UK, open up the policy of, giving student visas for Nigerians and other nationals to come and study in the UK, study their master's degree, their PhD. And of course, there was a caveat, and that caveat was that the student visa enables enabled the students to be able to bring their family members, immediate family members, spouses or children, like that. And of course, it's been one of those policies that in recent time Nigerians have taken great advantage of. However, this policy right now is coming to an end from the way it is looking, because the United Kingdom is looking to crack down on this policy. And the reason is because net migration that they were supposed to be, they said they wanted to control, compared to before Brexit, has almost quadrupled. And so there's huge concern. And the Parliament of the United Kingdom, have asked the Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak, to, get hold of this issue, because things are not looking easy right now. We're going to try to, make sense of this matter and, of course, give a word or two. This is exactly what is playing up right now. It's all over right now in the news. We expect a big announcement on this particular week. The Prime Minister is going to make an announcement of this, to curb this, for good. And the concern has been mounting. To be fair, there's been much concern because of loads of what has been happening. But let us just go down to some of those things in the news. It's like in what was, it's described as a major, immigration crackdown on foreign students. The United Kingdom is set to announce new restrictions that will most likely stop Nigerian students, other nationals, studying in the UK from bringing their families. This crackdown, according to exclusive report in the UK, a report by the Sun UK, will be announced this week. Just like I said, what I'm reading from right now, I'm reading from from Nigerian Vanguard. They capture this particular news as well. You can see it right there. Yeah, Vanguard Nigeria. So yeah, it's credit to Vanguard Nigeria what I'm reading from right now. And going further, he said the UK immigration policy will see all master students and many other postgraduates banned from bringing their family members. This is not looking nice at all. But again, we're going to look at the other part of it as soon as we get through with this news news report. It said, however, Vanguard quotes him now, the ban will not apply to PhD students whose courses usually last between 3 to 5 years and are very highly skilled. the UK media has reported this. We will try to look into this as well and discuss it. If you're out there, you are with us, share this broadcast. It's important because there are some advice we're going to be giving to all of us, to take home, and of course act on so that we will not be caught nappy. Yes, and the Vanguard further, stated that this follows the report that net migration into the UK has skyrocketed to 1 million, with the Tory MPs asking the Prime Minister Rishi Sunak to get grip on the rocketing numbers. Because I said this just now, because before Brexit, net migration was, just like almost like 1/3 of this. But what it is right now, it's huge. It's huge because of this open policy, of student visa and the allowance to allow students to bring in their family members. And the news further read, to get hold, of the claiming numbers, the ministers are said to be expected to announce the migration clampdown on Tuesday or Wednesday, which actually expected today, between today and tomorrow. The Sun reports that Rishi Sunak is expected to come out, fighting on immigration, pointing out they are figures he inherited. Well, that's also an excuse from government, as they date back to the end of 2022. Just 2 months after he became, Prime Minister. There has been an explosion in the number of people coming to Britain, piggybacking on on their relatives' student visa. Students brought 135,788 family members to Britain last year, 9 times more than 2019. Last year, these were Nigerians. Last year, 59,000, and 53 visas were given to Nigerian students, and these Nigerian students brought in 60,923 relatives. These are all part of the reasons why this whole matter, is the way it is. Now let us start looking at, some of these, issues. Yes, I live in the UK. Many of us do, and of course we can tell the difference, between UK before Brexit and the UK after Brexit, the UK of now, and all of that. This was a policy that was going very, very well. Somehow there are some things that one will not be able to talk about, because it could be considered damaging. Just the way we no use sense take advantage of this matter is part of the reasons why this whole thing is becoming the way it is. We don't use sense. Some of our people can begin to form some kind of cartel inside the matter, can they form exploitation. Maybe say that it's not really correct, and at the end of the day, both who need them, who don't need them, everybody they kill, and all of that. If you see life inside the UK here, one of us, I'm just going to pitch so that Nigerian people can understand, because these policies are affecting Nigerians the most. Of this net migration we're talking about right now, Nigerians have and Indians have mostly benefited from this, to be very honest. Nigerians are, in fact, everywhere you turn right now in the UK, if in fact there are some places you will be in the UK right now, you'll be in a Nigerian city now, you get a picture from saying and all of that. It's not a bad thing, because Nigerians are law abiding and they are going about their lawful duties and all of that. Things have become a bit difficult right now. Now this policy right now that they are going to announce, okay, is going to affect lots of people. I'm not even talking about those who may not eventually meet the window. I'm even talking about many who are already here, because a lot of people came into this UK because this window is opened to come and study anything. You understand the picture from I'm saying, and all of that. And at the we're already seeing lots of people who are looking, to have issues. You understand what I'm saying? Because at the end of their studies, there is no pathway to them having permanent residency. At the end of their studies, many of them are going to become illegal. Many are already illegal. You understand what I'm saying? And all of that, waiting to be thrown out, by the system. And the system equally puts it there. You understand the picture of what I'm saying? For those who are here, you've done your studies, you are through with your studies and every other thing. In 6 months, if you do not have, important, employment that will keep you in the country, you are given 6 months after your studies to leave. So some people who came here to come and study some of those courses that some of us regard as, you know, courses that, will not really, give you that window of opportunity because you are not needed, you understand, so to speak, here. Because imagine somebody now coming to, I don't want to mention any particular course, every course is relevant, but there are some courses that, like, these courses are, very important courses, you understand the picture. For those who study those courses, they easily have a pathway, to have, to further their visa and have, permanent residency that can eventually lead to, having, the British nationality and all of that. But very many others, because of what they studied, they are not having that opportunity because they are not going to be having sponsorship because the course they studied is not really, very, very relevant to the system. Like, it's not what they want and all of that. So many people came into the UK to come and study different kinds of things because as far as say, oh, now investing, you don't apply or you want to get this visa, they just without proper information. You understand? For people who came here, with health background, like nurses, like doctors, like all of those things, okay, those ones have easy pathways. You understand what I'm saying now? But if you come here, say, man, na geography you study, or na banking and finance you study, or na some of they are good courses, but they are not really relevant to the system here because here they have lots of people who have studied those courses who will be saying, man, they are even struggling to get a job. You understand what I'm saying? The department now, the field will be saying, man, in this country, in the UK, like it's needed. You understand what I'm saying now? Because it's even estimated right now that, in the next 5 years, 1 million more persons, we have medical needs. You understand what I'm saying now? Steady, and all of that. So which means that the UK will need nurses, they will need nursing assistants, they will need, doctors, they will need, all of those people, social workers, all healthcare workers and every other thing and all of that. So if you are not in that department professionally and you are in the system, my advice, like I've advised people directly, many people working with me that have come across as well, and I've advised them, and look, if you know, say, man, all those courses will be saying, man, not really they needed. Now you can study for here. Before the end of your course, just be looking to switch. You understand, to study something. Go study nursing. You understand what I'm saying now? You get a pathway to study nursing so that easily you could get sponsorship that can keep you in the country and all of that. On this visa matter, for some of us, it's we're not going to blame anybody. You understand what I'm saying? But we'll talk about that part of the blame matter. We blow them because the country is really surprised. You understand what I'm saying? Now, within a year, 57,000 visa were given to Nigerians, and these Nigerians brought in over 60,000 family members and all of that. So, at the end of the day, if you even look at the numbers, legitimately, you can't even see and say, you get many for inside when it be say, now Boju, everything by team, you understand? And all this, all people they even know, you understand the picture from I'm saying now, and all of that. So all of this is leading to why this clampdown is going to be taking place and all of that. Now, even in this same UK right now, another big problem in there, even as we speak. I remember before 2019 in this UK, things were relatively even easy. You understand the picture from I'm saying now, and all of that. You want to get house, you could easily fit get house, you can even affordable. But I can tell you now, house will be saying, man, you feel rent for this UK, particularly for areas where we say may not be very high. I'm not talk of London, talk outside of London, people like northeast side, like West Midlands, where we say relatively you will just easily get house for 400, 500, 2 bedroom, 3 bedrooms, and all of that in a month. Now those places right now, okay, those houses you will get before 2019 for 400, 500 as the case may be. Those houses right now, they don't climb, go over £1,000 a month. You understand the picture of what I'm saying now? Now, we have so many people right now. As a matter of fact, I get a list of people as I get a list of 5 people. You understand what I'm saying now? When you don't tell me something, they look for house. And so it'll be everywhere. You understand the picture of what I'm saying now? Every now and again, everybody. The other day I see somebody go for Heathrow. You understand the picture of what I'm saying now? I can tell you, what my eyes see for there was really, really, not encouraging. You understand the picture from what I'm saying now? With loads of Nigerians, people just enter, they don't get the visa, they just enter road, just land. They don't really get any arrangement on who want to pick them up. At least there was a case of one person who said he just come approach me saying, man, he just dey stranded. He don't know where he want to go and every other thing. It is that bad. You understand? It is that bad. And in the system, many don't even do maybe say, man, for weeks, and they squat for weeks and months, they never even get a job placement as it were. And many people come see deals, they actually come study. And when they work, they go to pay for their fees and every other thing. Many are facing huge challenges, when they already enter in the UK. You know, and from the way the thing they be, some are even like just resigned to face it, man. They don't want to do it again. They don't feel do. You understand the picture from Australia because of how difficult things just they be generally for a lot of these guys. You understand what I'm saying? So I think suffice to state, say for those with the entire road, before we enter road, we look road well. You understand what I'm saying? It is very, very important. It is very, very important. Now, I can't have this discussion without looking back. You understand the picture from what I'm saying now, at where we are coming from, as Nigerians. You understand? It is so sad, it's so heartbreaking. Okay? Say, for me, this is not humiliation. This is a huge humiliation. Humiliation because say, we came from a country when it be say we get leadership when it be say they don't really understand the essence of holding a nation together. They don't really understand anything about citizenship, about patriotism, to keep our hand. Well, if Nigeria was okay, to be very fair, what is the living condition in the UK is not like maybe in a perfect living condition. People are struggling here, man. Struggling seriously. Not just forget about some people they carry picture on the real struggles that take place for this country, man. Real struggles. And the reason why these things are happening is because we came from a country when it be say, man, you don't even get, in fact, they don't even take their citizens as anything. Shamefully, this same Nigerian government, they are proposing right now, a bill is going to the second reading right now, that for any new doctor, any new medical student who graduate as a doctor, they must compulsorily serve Nigeria for 5 years. What kind of nonsense is that? Come to think of it. Compulsorily serve Nigeria for 5 years. And they are trying to defend it. The minister of, what's it called? Minister of Health or whatever it is. I don't really give a damn. Come and say, they say the proposed bill, of compulsory 5 years service for doctors has good intention. What good intention? Who they put this kind of bill? Is it not because we have not managed other things well that there's not pressure in the system and people are trying to get a better living? What did they pursue Nigeria? Is it not the push factors that people don't have good living in the country? For Nigerians to be facing this kind of embarrassment all over the world. I did know for Sky News, there was a complete review of Nigerian immigrants into the UK. Complete review. Thankfully, you understand what I'm saying? They don't relay and go anything like crime. So okay, we did here. You understand what I'm saying? And every other thing. And thankfully, most of these Nigerians are contributing immensely towards the United Kingdom economy. But in the same vein, the economy right now is having a lot of pressure. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of pressure on the system and every other thing. So at the end of the day, Nigerians are beaten at home because of bad policies. You understand what I'm saying? Mr. Integrity, Buhari elected as a man to come and fix the country. Today is the most corrupt administration ever in the history of the country. Few days to go, they're already taking a loan of over 800 billion, 800 billion, is it 800 billion, $800 million. What they want to can do, we don't know. The one where they say they come in as president-elect, that one has said that he need not less than 14 billion before he will enter Aso Rock. At the end of the day, who is suffering? All of these things are the masses. And this is why when you go to Lagos, you go to Victoria Island, all of those embassies right there, If you even see Embassy of Lizard, Nigerians are trooping there. Embassy of Crocodile, Nigerians are trooping there. Because they just want to get out of the country. Anyway, Nigerians, well, this is not the news. Let us take note. For those who probably will still want to take advantage of whatever window when they open, may we use sense. Now, for the PhD students, when I talk, say, man, this thing don't go affect. Let me tell you the truth. As far as this policy don't they in place, they put a caveat. Say for the highly skilled PhD students, that the ones that are studying, highly skilled, professions. Those ones will be exempt. Now, it is the Home Office that's going to determine who is studying the highly skilled and who is studying not highly skilled. But I can tell you that this policy is going to affect everybody, whether you are PhD or using. There is no solo. As long as they don't put that small caveat there, they will hide under those caveats to ensure that, see, man, nobody is allowed to bring family members to the UK anymore. Let's be prepared for that. So if they come to me, you be PhD student, you want to study PhD, no problem. You are going to bring your family. Look, before one, just take serious look at the matter, because I can tell you there's a caveat to tell you, say that you don't go bring your own your own family member, because now them will determine who's a highly skilled. Even when they study a very highly skilled profession, only they say they're not gonna say, oh, these ones they will allow them and every other thing. Forget it. Now the UK, this policy is ending. It is ending for good. This is not their way. Because all those small caveats when they will put, so they will put and make them not like say they look bad, make them not receive any backlash. Because a lot of backlash they come on the immigration policies we can get to do with this government for some time coming. You understand the picture from I'm saying now? So at the end of the day, nobody should be carried away. That's my advice. Nobody should be carried away. You understand? Even if you're not going to do PhD, just know, say, man, the Benin man say, I'm going to see here to say, if water reach sponge when they want it bath, it go reach body. So my people, I just wanted to say, make I drop this matter here. You understand what I'm saying now? Make we just know it is happening. It is happening. It is happening. I don't blame us. A lot has to do with our system and the people that governing us. Nigerians, it's a comrade show. Please, wanna share this broadcast if you could. That would be really nice. And for those who follow us on the Facebook, we are still working very hard with Facebook to try to secure our account. Remember, I did announce that my account was hacked. So direct administration of the comrade show page, they can't be hard, so we can only post on the page at the moment. We don't really do anything from the page directly. So until we get our account. In the meantime, we have this TCS blog. That's what we are using right now. A lot is going to be happening on TCS blog. Okay, we're going to really push a lot through TCS blog. So follow us on TCS blog on Facebook, and meanwhile subscribe to our channels. If you check this thing below there, you'll see all the links are posted there. So it's the commercial. My name is Comrade Lamte Oriak. Stay blessed. Bye for now. Many check.
Comrade Show, Comrade Lamte Oriak. This is the Comrade Show.